Greetings, everyone. I've been encouraging clubs to tell their stories so that folks can understand who we are and what we do. This week, I visited 3 wonderful clubs in the Eugene area, and one of them has given us a great example of just how we can effectively tell our story. So let's get started. I left Coos Bay on Monday and headed over for a meeting with President Bart Poston and the Eugene Rotary Club leadership team. We met over dinner at the Steelhead Brewery downtown, and after a short social, got right down to business. At each of these club leadership meetings, I stress that district exists to support and strengthen clubs, period. At one of my meetings this week, one board member actually told me that was the first time he's ever heard this from a district governor, but I assured him that all my predecessors in recent years have had this same priority. Eugene Rotary was once one of the largest clubs in the district, with well over 300 members, but today it's a little over half that size. So the club shares the same membership concerns as all other clubs in the district. This graph shows what's happened in the last 5 years, and a majority of clubs in our district have a trend chart just like this one. Just to hold its own, the club needs to bring in what amounts to a small Rotary club every year just to avoid a net loss of members. But make no mistake about it, this is an extremely engaged and vibrant club. Last year it raised $34,000 for the Rotary Foundation, and its goal this year is even higher. Take a look. Very, very impressive. I appreciated updates from several members, including Rotary Foundation Chair David Frosaker and District Rotaract Committee member Tom Gilmore. Tom, incidentally, is a retired Coast Guard admiral. What an awesome thing that he can be a role model for our young Rotaractors. Club Administrative Chair Jay Silverman is an enthusiastic Rotarian who we hope will be accepting a leadership role with our District Foundation fundraising efforts in the near future. He's very well suited for the challenge. This club does amazing local service projects. ArtSpark is a big one. So is a sustained Skinner Butte cleanup undertaking. Interact, supporting the food bank, and on and on. Check out the club's website for details. It's noteworthy that this year the club is doing a reverse global grant with a Canadian district that will benefit physically disabled women. I always say that these reverse global grants are kind of like Bigfoot. Everybody knows they exist, but nobody's ever seen one. Well, now we can. By the way, Eugene Rotary Club is a family affair for the Olson family. It's the home club of District Governor-elect Rick Olson, Rick's daughter Jennifer Schumann, who's the club's communication director, and of course past District Governor Dick Olson, Rick's father. Now that's what I call a Rotary tradition. And I really want to give a shout out to Assistant Governor Beth Geiser-Sheehan, who joined us Monday night. Beth, herself a past District Rotarian of the Year, also co-chairs our district membership committee and has made a huge impact in that role. Beth works tirelessly for our district and Rotary. Tuesday noon was my official visit to the club and time with President Bart. Eugene Rotary is the second largest club in our district. It was a packed house at the downtown Hilton where I got to reconnect with the Olsons and old friend, past President John Wolf. John, his wife Judy, Linda, and I traveled to Argentina 18 years ago as part of a Rotary Friendship Exchange trip. Great memories. It was an honor then to have PDG Claudette join me at the head table and for District Governor-elect Rick to introduce me to the club. Prior to my presentation, several new members were inducted, Polio Plus Society recognitions were presented, 7 Paul Harrises and multiple Paul Harrises recognized, and a very special major donor recognition was presented to Greg Richterick. One of the multiple Paul Harrises went to Greg Stewart, our District 5110 registrar of many years. Greg is truly an unsung hero for all he does to support our district events, navigating his way through DACDB. These official visits conclude after I deliver riveting comments. hopefully not confused with hot air. Tuesday night, I met with President Kathy Poole and the leadership of Eugene Metro Rotary Club. Eugene Metro meets at the Davis, a local downtown restaurant, and I found this to be a nice venue for casual discussion. President Kathy is a former Rotary Ambassadorial Scholar and now is Assistant Vice Provost for International Affairs at the University of Oregon. As you'd expect for someone with her credentials, Kathy's written briefing for me had me thoroughly informed about all the good stuff the club is doing before I arrived, and so the best use of our time in the leadership meeting was to discuss what's working for the club, what's not working for the club, and how district can help the club be successful, as the club defines success. We spent some time talking about membership and public image, telling our story, but also exchanging thoughts about the global grant process, which seemed to be the board's greatest interest. Eugene Metro participates in a local consortium with 7 other local Rotary clubs. Each kicks in $1,000 a year to a common fund, such that every 8 years, each club then has $8,000 to do a global grant. And Metro has 3 of these active and going right now. The club has experienced frustrations getting Rotary International staff in Evanston to approve these expeditiously, and expressed strong interest in traveling to Evanston with D5110 Grants Chair PDG Tim Mobley next spring to discuss concerns face-to-face. I really hope this happens for the club. President Kathy then transitioned us into the regular club meeting. It'd be almost impossible for me to overstate how much I enjoyed this club and its casual setting. We heard an update about the duck race coming up. We inducted 3 outstanding new members. And we recognized John Neumeister as a multiple Paul Harris Fellow. John is a rancher and an expert at processing global grants. He's made a huge impact changing lives by his commitment to the Rotary Foundation grant program and has strong feelings about how to improve the program. I hope John is one of the ones who will go back to Evanston with past District Governor Tim Mobley so that he can share his experiences securing grant approvals. And now look, I know this is small and blurry, and you can pause the video if you want to drill down and strain your eyes to try to see the detail, but I just want to give you a sense for how engaged this club is with both local and international service. And this was just last year. This level of commitment that you're seeing is actually representative of what you have seen from Metro for the past several years. Pretty amazing for a relatively small club. Before closing the meeting, President Kathy and I honored Suwana Smith as being the club's most inspirational Rotarian. Then, after the meeting, I spent some time talking with Kathy and Bob Langan about a fundraising idea I think has potential for the club. And then on the way out the door, I found several of the members having dinner at the proverbial meeting after the meeting. Very nice. That's what Rotary's all about, fellowship. Wednesday morning, I spent a couple hours at Starbucks with Eugene Southtown board member Pat Miller. Pat is a member of our District Communications and Public Image Committee and had just returned from a Rotary Zone 2526 workshop about this in Sacramento, which was also attended by committee co-chairs Sadie Ward and Judy Corwin. Pat has some great ideas, has been working with webmaster, past District Governor John Bushnell, and primed me for a video he had produced for his club that I was going to get to see that evening. So Wednesday night, I joined the Eugene Southtown Club President Walt Meyer and his leadership team at Brenda Anderson's home in the South Hills of Eugene. There, we had a fabulous dinner before getting down to business. And no, this plate didn't stay empty very long. The evening's highlight was Pat previewing his video for the board, so we all wanted to know, what is the concept? And so we asked.
What is the concept?
What is the concept?
Southtown. We get things done and we have fun.
Okay. So that's just a little teaser. Just you wait. Thursday noon, I attended the official meeting of Southtown Rotary Club called to order by President Walt Meyer. Walt's wife, Nancy, is also a member of the club and serves as club secretary. I think being a club secretary is the toughest job in Rotary. Eugene Southtown was last year's Large Club of the Year and has too many all-stars in it to name them all, but one of them is Chris Waugh. Chris is a past president of the Newport Rotary Club here on the coast, and back many years ago. Now she's very much engaged with Southtown. I enjoyed time talking with Assistant Governor Beth Sheehan before the meeting and also being introduced to the club's inbound exchange student from Brazil who visited with Southtown Rotarian Nick Balthrop. I met Nick last spring at the 2-day Rotary Leadership Institute workshop in Springfield. So do you remember what I've been saying? If people know who we are and what we do, who wouldn't want to become one of us? So we need to tell our Rotary story. I'm going to let Pat's video do that for his club, and there's no better example of how to tell your Rotary story than what you're going to see right now. All set? Let's have a drum roll. And now here is how Southtown Rotary tells its story.
In a world cluttered with conflict, divisiveness, turmoil, and inaction, wouldn't you like to know that you can actually do something to bring about change? Well, maybe it's time to become a member of Eugene Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
We get things done while having fun.
Eugene Southtown Rotary has been dedicated to doing good in the world through local and international projects since our founding in 1975. With more than 100 members of all ages, we currently are the second largest Rotary Club in Eugene and voted the outstanding Large Club of the Year in our district. Our Rotary motto is service above self, and to honor that commitment, Southtown Rotary has devoted countless hours and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to help create new educational opportunities for youth, distribute aid to the disabled and homeless, provide food for the underprivileged, improve outdoor and recreational living environments, and support visual and performing arts. Our service to the community takes place not only with the direct involvement by our club members, but also through our monetary contributions to local scholarships and projects throughout our Southtown Rotary Foundation. Want to make a change in our local community?
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary, we get things done while we have fun.
Want to make a change around the world?
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary. We get things done while having fun.
And when you join Eugene Southtown Rotary, you become a part of one of the most active global bodies of like-minded people who work hand in hand to leave a positive impact on the world through global grants, global scholarships, exchange programs, and international fellowship. Be part of the solution, get in the action, and have fun. Southtown Rotary, your chance to get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary, we get things done while having fun. Southtown Rotary, we get things done while having fun.
Southtown Rotary, we get things done while having fun.
It was a privilege to recognize President-elect Glenn Bridgham and Leslie Parker as the club's exceptionally inspirational Rotarians. But I have to say again, this club is full of exceptionally inspirational members. I want to thank President Walt for contributing polio vaccinations in the honor of my visit today, and also for saying thanks to the club for being a truly inspiration that it is. One last thing about Southtown. It was really, really great seeing Mary Glass O'Leary again. Mary is a longtime friend of Linda's and mine. She nabbed me to succeed her in 2001 as chair of the District Friendship Exchange Committee. What a wonderful Rotarian Mary is. And so is her husband, Dr. Jay O'Leary, formerly a pillar of the Coos Bay North Bend Rotary Club, my home club. Thursday night, I met with several Rotaractors at Rotaract superstar Skyla Patton's home in Eugene. The gathering was to meet Thirst Project representatives Caitlin Kogut and Megan Hartley, who had spent the week traveling through our district to share information about Thirst, which is the largest youth water project in the world. Past District Governor Judy Beard-Strubing and I tried our hand at some of Caitlin's and Megan's virtual reality goggles so we could visit a water project in Swaziland. Pretty cool. I've never done that before. I see potential for the University of Oregon Rotary Club to partner with another Rotary Club and develop a district grant to support the Thirst Project. Seems really like an idea worth pursuing as far as I'm concerned. Next week, I'm off to visit clubs in Roseburg and Sutherland. And of course, the Rotary Foundation District 5110 Rendezvous is Friday night in Springfield. It's not too late to register, so just go to the DAC-TB calendar, scroll down to the next Friday, and then sign up. Former Foundation trustee Steve Brown is the program, and the evening will include speeches by 4 outstanding Rotarians who have been brought forward by their clubs as candidates for the District Governor 2020-2021. And then Saturday, also in Springfield, there is a district membership workshop that'll be packed with practical things our clubs can do to attract, engage, and retain members. Registration for this is also on DAC-DB. Well, that's it for this week. Another week has just flown by. Thanks for sharing your stories, and always remember, dream big, have fun, and get stuff done. Bye-bye.